3 Super Bowl titles under his belt here in New England, Pats head coach Bill Belichick came oh so close to a 4th last year. Belichick and the Patriots back at it today against the Chiefs in high definition by Sony. High definition, it's in our DNA. Tropical storm Hannah has moved on. It is an absolutely beautiful day here in Foxborough, Massachusetts, and part of Gillette Stadium complex, the CBS scene. Dan and I were happy to be a part of the opening ceremonies last night. Television-themed restaurant will tell you as the day goes on. More about that right now. The New England Patriots have won the toss. They have elected to receive. 18-1 a season ago. Perfect until the Super Bowl. Ellis Hobbs deep to receive, number 27. Getting set to kick it away for the Chiefs, who were on hard times, to say the least, last year at 4-12. Nick Novak, number 9, set to kick it away, and the 2008 season for these two clubs is underway. This is Ellis Hobbs from the 2. To the 20, and not much further. He has brought down rookie Eric Walden, the first to hit him there. Onto the field, number 12, Tom Brady, making his 128th consecutive start. Didn't play it down in the preseason. 50 TD passes last year. He completed 69% of his throws. So the Patriots will start from their own 22. Lawrence Maroney flanks out to the side, and Brady will begin in the shotgun. Quick pass across the 25 to the 26 or 27-yard line to his tight end, David Thomas. In front of Brady, Pro Bowlers Light and Mankins on the left side. Billy Yates starts for Russ Hochstein at right guard. Randy Moss, an NFL record 23 TD catches last season, along with Wes Welker at wide receiver. And Benjamin Watson is out with an injury. David Thomas, who just made that catch, starts in his place. Quick pass by Brady, complete across the 35 to Wes Welker, and that's a first down. The Chiefs' 4-3 defense, a very young front four in McBride, Tyler, rookie Glenn Dorsey, and Tamba Ali. The linebackers in his 13th season, Donnie Edwards, joined by Pat Thomas and Derek Johnson. And in the secondary, we'll keep an eye on the rookie second-round draft pick, Brandon Flowers, who will surely be tested out on the corner. Brady going to throw it again. And that off the foot, just a little bit low, intended for Welker. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Brady.
This time Tom brings his team back into the huddle. Of course, Bill Belichick remains as head coach of this franchise. 3 Lombardi trophies will buy you some job security, even if you do lose a Super Bowl.
Brady in the shotgun once again on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, Randy Moss. Moss just shy of the 45-yard line.
And already you can see that Josh McDaniels is calling a game where he's going to send people from all different directions, get everybody involved. A crossing pattern here against the zone defense against Randy Moss. And the Chiefs are giving all of the Patriots receivers a big cushion. That cross underneath is always going to be there for 7 or 8 yards. This is a defensive secondary that is so young, they can't be fans. They can't afford to say, oh my gosh, that's Tom Brady, that's Randy Moss. You got to play.
On 3rd and 3, Brady will throw for it again. That's into the dirt, incomplete. Intended for Welker, and that'll bring the punting unit on.
Well, and credit Tamba Ali, the corner, the defensive end rather. He was right in Tom Brady's face. He got inside in a hurry, and he forced that throw from Brady to be a little off.
Chris Hansen will come on. He'll do the punting duties. And they didn't have to kick much last year. B.J. Sams is deep for Kansas City.
Not when you score as many touchdowns as they did.
Johnson barely gets it away.
Oh, he was roughed.
Catch is made at about the 26-yard line, and we will get our first call of the day from referee Carl Cheffers.
Running into the kicker, number 24, defense, the 5-yard.
Dan, it's never too early to start talking about rookie mistakes, and that was one.
Well, they're actually calling running into the kicker instead of roughing the kicker. That's only a 5-yard penalty, but because it was less than 5 yards for the first down for New England, the chains move and they retain possession. Yes, and that was the right call. That was not roughing. Hansen put a little theatrical effect in on the end of it, but nonetheless, New England keeps the ball, and now they're just inside KC territory.
Quick pass out here to Welker. Welker inside the 40 to the 38 and the 37-yard line, and that's a first down for the Patriots.
So hard to play on the road against a team like New England, and especially here in this stadium that's the best home field advantage in the NFL currently. And to give them a break of that magnitude on the opening drive, wow, that's a crushing mistake.
So once again, the Patriots spread the field. Now from the 38, Brady throwing in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Jabbar Gaffney. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a good throw from Brady, but this is outstanding coverage. Take a look at this right here. Look how tight that is. Gaffney did have a chance to get a hold of it, but Carr was there. He was a little low. Should have been caught. A perfect delivery, though, from Tom Brady.
2nd and 10. Patriots have yet to run the football. Quick pass to the far side, and it's complete to Welker. Welker lost the football. It's on the ground, picked up by the Chiefs. Jared Page, number 44, has the ball, and this time the Chiefs will retain possession. 12-11 to play in the first quarter. Welker lost it. The Chiefs recovered it. They'll go on offense.
Welcome back to New England. Here's a veteran play by a veteran corner. Pat Surtain right here. Watch him fight through the block of Randy Moss. Then with his right hand strip the ball away from Wes Welker, allowing the recovery. That was an outstanding piece of corner work by Patrick Surtain.
So now the Chiefs go on offense. On first down, Croyle will give to Larry Johnson. And LJ to midfield. Brody Croyle, the poster boy for this Kansas City youth movement. Chiefs' 3rd round pick in the 06 draft. He is in charge of the Kansas City offense. A year ago, he started the season as their number 3 quarterback. He and Damon Heward have switched places this year. Pickup of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. Johnson and Jamal Charles in the backfield along with the double tight end setup. Croyle to throw. Far side, this is Charles, and Charles is run out of bounds short of the 45. The Kansas City offensive line has a lot of change. We'll keep an eye on rookie left tackle Brandon Albert, the Chiefs' 1st-round draft choice out of Virginia. Croyle's first look among the receivers is 9-time Pro Bowl tight end Tony Gonzalez, and he'll look to a healthy Larry Johnson for the brunt of the ground game. Wes Welker lost the ball. Kansas City recovered. Charles is now the lone back behind Brody Croyle on 3rd and 4. And Jamal Charles is quick. Croyle on the move, throws incomplete to the near side. Pass intended for Jeff Webb, number 80.
Well, Richard Seymour introduces himself to Brody Croyle at the end of this play, although Croyle has time to deliver the ball. He's got plenty of time in the pocket. He just didn't have anybody open. Even when he threw it, he didn't have an open receiver. He was more or less just throwing that ball away.
Dustin Colquitt.
Great field position for the Chiefs there, Greg, and they couldn't do anything with it.
And Wes Welker is deep for the kick. High, fair catch called for, and he let it bounce. and it's covered by the Chiefs at about this 15 or 16 yard line. We have 10:52 to play in the first quarter. Tom Brady back on offense. I can testify to that.
And I'm hoping for a halftime delivery, too.
Oh, stop begging. It's beneath you.
No, it's not.
First down for Brady and the Patriots. From their own 15, Maroney the lone back behind Brady, and they will run the ball for the first time today. Maroney stops and starts and fights his way to about the 19, close to the 20-yard line.
That's Brandon Flowers, the rookie corner. Of course, for the Chiefs, if Herm Edwards yells Brandon, 3 different guys turn around and look at him. You got Brandon Flowers, you got Brandon Carr, another rookie. You got Brandon Albert, the left tackle.
And throw in Brody, the quarterback, for a good measure.
And then they got a tank and a Turk to go with it.
Maroney again, and this time running room. Upended just short of the 30-yard line by Bernard Pollard, number 49.
And that's something the New England offense is really looking for this year. I know it didn't look like it with 8 straight passes, but they need to get Lawrence Maroney and the running game to be a bigger factor in their offense. I don't think they can count on Tom Brady throwing 50 touchdown passes again this season. Maroney needs to stay healthy. His line needs to contribute.
Now on first down, Brady throwing. That's complete to Randy Moss, and Moss out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Another first down.
And a bullet from Tom Terrific. Randy Moss just takes a look and just a simple skinny post right down the middle. He's getting such a cushion from Surtain, and the safeties for Kansas City, I think, are so deep they're nowhere to be seen. They're so afraid of Moss and Brady going up over the top. There is a lot of room in those intermediate routes.
Brady 6 out of 9 for 50 yards throwing early on here. Maroney again. And Maroney running room up the middle to the Kansas City 45.
Well, we promised everybody we'd keep a close look on Tom Brady's right foot. It's the most studied right foot in New England since Curt Schilling's. There he is, just going back, throwing the ball. We watched him in practice. He's planning off of it. He's able to drop back, throw all of his weight onto it. He's not favoring it at all. I think it's, Tom told us he is completely pain-free.
We couldn't have questioned him anymore.
We had to.
Honest, guys, honest. It's good, it's fine.
He said, I feel just fine. So far, so good. He looks good.
Brady will throw on 2nd and 1. Hit as he throws the ball. That pass is incomplete.
Well, he got smacked. Nick Kazzer, the right tackle, he gets kind of manheld. See him there, 77? He's going to get pushed back. And right there, his guy is going to run right over. That's Turk McBride. He ran right through Kazzer, and then he ran right through Brady. This is a young, but this front 4 of Kansas City has a chance to be really good.
On 3rd and 1, they'll give it to the first back through Heath Evans, and Evans has enough for the first down.
This front 4 of Kansas City, Tamba Hali is the oldest guy at a 3rd-year player. And then it's a rookie and Glenn Dorsey, the 5th pick of the draft. And then you go Tank Tyler, Turk McBride, both 2nd-year guys.
Well, the Chiefs couldn't tell us enough about what a monster Glenn Dorsey has been in preseason.
Yep, number 72. He's not one of those defensive tackles that's only in there to try to tie up 2 blockers. They think he's a playmaker, a guy that can do it on the other side of the line.
Sammy Morris is in the backfield now. The fake to him. Brady with time. Hit as he throws the ball. That is complete. Randy Moss. And Moss lost the football.
And Tom Brady got hit right on the knee. He got hit right on the knee. Kansas City came up with the ball, but that's not the story. Tom Brady took a tremendous hit as he released that ball right on his left leg.
Brady down at midfield.
He was standing straight-legged, great, and he gets hit. Watch it, the conclusion of this play. Tom's standing there. He's going to step into it, and right there, his left leg gets flexed. That's Bernard Pollard, the blitzer, who falls into the left knee of Tom Brady. You can see it flex. right there, you can see how it flexes and then how awkwardly Tom ends up stretched out. And Patriot Nation right now is holding its collective breath.
All of the talk, all of the concern about his right foot, and Tom Brady is being helped off with a left knee injury at this point. 7:27 to play, first quarter. Tom Brady being helped off the field and off the premises for the time being. Limping, but walking. And we, of course, will get an update on you as soon as we can.
Well, you don't know what could be wrong. It is a semi-decent sign that he's able to walk down a flight of steps, putting his weight on the left foot. He's going in there for an X-ray or an MRI.
Meanwhile, all eyes will be on Matt Castle next time the Patriots get the football. Here's Jamal Charles with running room out across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Gerard Mayo making the stop, the rookie linebacker out of Tennessee.
Let's go back and watch this play to conclusion at the end, where Kansas City ends up with the ball. We're obviously very fixated on what happened. But again, it's a clean catch, but Randy Moss, as he goes to the ground on his own without being knocked down, spits out the ball and Brandon Carr recovers.
2nd and 3. Croyle will give to Larry Johnson, and Johnson pulls his way for a first down. So once more, another look at what happened to Tom Brady in the backfield.
Again, he's got plenty of time, and Pollard, who's already on the ground, is just crawling, trying to get his way back there to Tom Brady. He's fighting through the block of Sammy Morris. You know, that's not intentional, but he's on the ground just trying to make a play.
Now from the 29-yard line, first down for the Chiefs. The pitch for Johnson, looking for running room, brings it back this way. Penalty marker is down on the far side of the field as he makes his way out to the 34-yard line.
I just want to finish up that last play for those of you that are thinking to yourselves, hey, the ground can't cause a fumble. Well, that's true if you're knocked to the ground by another opposing player.
Holding, number 42, offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Fullback Mike Cox guilty of a holding penalty, and that'll back the Kansas City offense. You know, the New England Patriots lost just 6 fumbles all last season. They've lost 2 today.
Yeah. And Randy Moss, I'm sure, can't hardly believe it. But remember, this is the NFL. He could have hit the ground and gotten back up and run with the football. So if the ball comes out when he goes down like that without being hit from a member of the other team, it's a free football. It's a live ball.
Matt Castle getting loose on the sideline. 1st and 20 for the Chiefs. This is Charles, Jamal Charles, out to about the 30-yard line. Get the fully customizable keeper league you've always wanted with Fantasy Football Commissioner. It's at cbssports.com/fantasy.
It rained here from morning until yesterday morning until about 4 o'clock this morning here. And it has cleared up and become an absolutely beautiful, beautiful day. This field is drained perfectly. You'd never know it rained.
2nd and 9 now. Larry Johnson tripped up on his way through the line by Teddy Bruschi, a 13-year veteran out of Arizona. Pickup of 4 will be 3rd and 5.
Always a pleasure to sit down and talk to Teddy Bruschi, a guy who's got such a love of the game. Look how he didn't overreact, over-pursue. He had that gap. A lot of linebackers might have run past it. Bruschi stayed in the hole and made the play.
3rd and 5 now for Croyle, who will operate out of the shotgun. On the blitz, he got rid of it and hit Gonzalez across the 40 for a first down.
Boy, did Rodney Harrison put it to Brody Croyle. What a good job by a young quarterback standing in there knowing the blitzer is a half a step away. And Tony Gonzalez, one more time. Look at it, he can see him coming the whole time. Folks, that's not easy to do when you know it's coming. And Tony Gonzalez, as he does and has done his entire career, a great hands catcher. He does not need the body. His hands are soft.
That's 116 straight games for number 88 with at least one reception. On first down, Larry Johnson gets the call and goes nowhere. Stood up right at about the line of scrimmage. Big Vince Wilfork leading the charge in the middle of the defensive line. Tony was really funny when we were talking to him about Brody Croyle's arm strength. I'm glad he had a little arm strength on that one, I'm sure.
Tony Gonzalez says he went to Brody Croyle one time and said, hey, you know, I'm not that far downfield. Slow it down a little bit. Croyle looked at the veteran and went, hey, Shannon Sharp never went to John Elway and told him to back it down.
Croyle flips it. Out of the backfield is Johnson. And Johnson with a nice move and out of bounds into New England territory, and that's enough for a first down. Well, Ellis Hobbs ran him out.
Well, there's a good look that Brody Croyle can take something off the ball. This is a nice, soft touch pass. He just floats it out here over the top. That allows Larry Johnson to keep his eyes downfield, kept the ball out in front of him. A lot of times you'll see a running back has to half turn to catch that ball. Very nice touch pass by Brody Croyle.
I'm sure it'll come as a surprise to many that with all of the great quarterbacks in the history of the University of Alabama, it's Brody Croyle who owns all the passing records. Larry Johnson.
I will say in defense of a couple guys maybe named Bart Starr and Joe Namath.
And Ken Stabler.
Yeah, and Kenny Stabler, that the passing rules are a little different than they are today.
So's the philosophy.
Yeah, so I think all passing records at major colleges are held by more modern era players. But that's still, he can say, I'm ahead of Stabler and Bart Starr and Joe Namath. Can't take it away from him.
If I know Ken Stabler, he'd take that. Good for him. 2nd and 7, the 9th play of this drive. A play fake, and the pass is tipped on its way out of the hands of Brody Croyle by Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, good job there by the former Ohio Stater of seeing he wasn't going to get to the quarterback, so he surmised where he was going to throw it and then elevate it. Of course, you know, Mike Vrabel is a good 6'4" anyway, but see how he kind of floats in no man's land there and does a good job getting up and batting it with the left hand.
Patriot fans to their feet, demanding some defense on 3rd and 7. Croyle in the face of the blitz. Pass bounces off the hands of Jamal Charles.
Well, this time Mike Vrabel comes from the other side. A total staple of the New England defense is guys coming from all different directions. Now there on the left of the screen is Mike Vrabel. Look how quickly he's around the corner. Damian McIntosh doesn't even get a look at him, and Croyle has to dump it off in a hurry.
So Colquitt on to kick. Kansas City failing to convert either of 2 New England turnovers. Colquitt hangs it up. Welker, fair catch, lets it bounce inside the 10, and the special teams unit is going to get this one down at about the 2. Matt Castle will be the quarterback for the New England Patriots when we come back. Oh, shots like that courtesy of the MetLife Blimps. Snoopy 2 providing today's aerial coverage. Look for the MetLife Blimps as they team up with CBS for more coverage this fall. Welcome back to Foxborough, everyone. Matt Castle is the quarterback replacing injured Tom Brady. 39 career passes in 3 seasons, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 14 games.
Right now, Brody Croyle of the Chiefs is the most experienced quarterback on the field.
Two tight ends to start. The give is to Sammy Morris. JB's in midseason form already, isn't he?
Well, and you know that's what Brett Favre brings, a vertical passing attack. He will launch it.
The give, and that goes nowhere too. Sammy Morris once again.
Well, it was almost a safety the first time, and it was almost a safety the second time. Sammy Morris barely getting back across the goal line. We're talking about didn't make it out to the 1 either time. Contact actually in his own end zone. Sammy Morris had to break the initial tackle just to keep it from being a safety.
And not by much. 3rd and 11 from the half-yard line.
I think Gunther Cunningham, the Chiefs defensive coordinator, is saying, I don't believe Matt Castle's going to air it up from the end zone.
21 seconds to play in the first. Timeout on the field.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
21 seconds remaining in the third. The word we get from the New England Patriots, the left knee injury to Tom Brady leaves him questionable for the rest of the day. Questionable. Meanwhile, 3rd and 11. Kansas City, the best third down defense in the NFL last year. Castle going to throw it. And he hits his man Randy Moss. Moss to midfield into Kansas City territory for a first down.
And there's the biggest pass of Matt Castle's professional career by a wide margin. Josh McDaniels said, I'll let him do it. How's that for having confidence in your backup QB?
That's what I'm talking about, baby, right here, kickoff.
Welker lost the football. It's on the ground, picked up by the Chiefs. Greg Gumbel, Dan Deerdorf back at Foxborough for the start of the second quarter. The Patriots minus Tom Brady. But Randy Moss, 51 big yards on that last reception, has gone over the 100-yard mark already today. The give to Sammy Morris. Morris tries the left side, turns the corner, out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Let's go back to that big play, Castle to Moss.
Well, from your half-yard line, Kansas City really overplays the run. Patrick Surtain thinks he's got safety help. He does, but it is so late in getting there. John McGraw, number 47, so late coming over, and Matt Castle with a great play-action fake and a line and backs that gave him all the time in the world, dropped one right onto the hands of Randy Moss.
56 times Moss has gone over 100 yards receiving in a game. Quick pass out to this side. That's complete to Kelly Washington.
Well, right now, I know this crowd at Gillette Stadium is spending, with one eye, spending time watching the game. The other eye, they're looking at that tunnel where Tom Brady went down to be examined by the doctors. And I'm telling you, that tunnel right there is the most watched tunnel other than Puxatawney Pete's on Groundhog Day. Everyone in this stadium looking for Tom to reappear.
Castle on first down. On the screen to the near side. This is Sammy Morris. And Morris inside the 35 to about the 34.
Greg, if there is any upside, I guess, now about Matt Castle's position, is it because Tom Brady didn't play at all in the preseason? He was in a real battle with Matt Gutierrez for this backup position, and he got a lot of snaps. He got a lot of playing time. I know that's not much consolation to any New England fan.
Two tight ends on 2nd and 7. Straight ahead. Morris bounces off the tackler. Still on his feet. 20, 15, inside the 15 to about the 12. Good hard run by Sammy Morris.
And right now, Sammy Morris not looking like a 31-year-old running back.
Bounced off of Pat Thomas, and they're taking a look at Jared Page as we take a timeout. You could say the New England Patriots were pretty efficient in the red zone a season ago. Sammy Morris in the backfield with Castle. From the shotgun, Castle throws. That's Morris. Morris to about the 5. I want to remind you, check out the new and improved NFL.com Game Center with Red Zone Audio and the Big Play Ticker. It's all exclusively at NFL.com.
Here go the Chiefs hurrying things up. I mean the Patriots, rather.
Castle gives. Penalty markers fly as the give is to Morris.
Yeah, the Patriots really rushed up to the line of scrimmage. They had the Chiefs scrambling.
It's going to go against New England.
And they ended up shooting themselves in the foot.
Second down.
Sometimes you even outsmart yourself. Bill's going, that's not what happened in practice on Friday. We executed that and everybody stayed put. I'll say this about Castle throwing the ball. He looks very relaxed, and he's putting the ball, it seems to be going right where he wants it to.
Castle 4 out of 4 for 63 yards. The big one, a 51-yarder to Randy Moss. And a timeout. 11:53 to play. First half. We're scoreless. New England knocking on the door. Number 44, Jared Page, who suffered a hip injury just a couple plays back, has come back onto the field for the Kansas City defense. 2nd and 8 from just outside the 10-yard line for Castle and the Patriots. Castle, quick pass, and that's incomplete inside the 5, intended for the tight end David Thomas. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Again, Matt Castle out of the shotgun, just a quick, deliberate pattern, and that was a good job of coverage. He had to put the ball low and away. Again, the important thing here, don't force anything. Coming out of this with a field goal, not the end of the world. Don't take an unnecessary risk.
Now 3rd and 8, and the Chief defense trying to hold. Castle to the end zone. Touchdown! Randy Moss. And a pretty good throw by Matt Castle.
Yeah, well, first of all, great protection. Great protection. But Randy Moss at 6'4", with arms that make it more like 6'7", a perfect target to put the ball up high. But look at the protection. Matt Castle had a chance to pump once, step up, and Randy Moss elevates and brings it down.
The extra point is good. Matt Castle on the throwing end of Randy Moss's 125th career touchdown catch. 7-0 New England. Matt Castle on just threw his first touchdown pass since the tail end of the 05 season. Engineering a 10-play drive and putting New England on the board 7-0. B.J. Sam's going to run it out of the end zone. Cuts to the right. 25 and down at about the 26-yard line.
Been there, haven't we? Not that particular. I'm just saying having bad weeks. And right now, I think everyone here is wondering what kind of week it's going to be in New England. They find out how badly Tom Brady is hurt.
Randy Moss helping pick up the pace. Already over 100 yards receiving today. Larry Johnson, Mike Cox in the backfield. Here comes Larry Johnson, spinning to the 29. Missed the last 8 last year with a right foot injury.
Kansas City started off last season. They were 4-3 after the first 7 games. Larry Johnson gets hurt and they end up losing 9 in a row to finish 4-12. How's that for a somewhat promising beginning, ending up being a disaster?
Larry Johnson told us the other day, hey, I feel like I've got a lot to prove all over again. On 2nd and 7, going to give it to him again. Not much there. To about the 32 or 33-yard line. Vince Wilfork again leading the defensive charge.
Well, Greg, this guy had 2 back-to-back seasons that were 2 of the best that any running back in the league ever had. You know, in 05, 1,750 yards, 20 touchdowns. 06, 1,789 with 17 touchdowns. You know, Larry Johnson, like he told us, he said, I know that Adrian Peterson and LaDainian Tomlinson are on the front page now. I want to get back on the front page.
Jamal Charles in the backfield on 3rd and 3 as Croyle goes from the shotgun. Charles with 2 defenders in front of him, tries to turn the corner, and there's a little bit of that speed that we were telling you that Jamal Charles possesses. Rodney Harrison and Adalis Thomas pushing him out of bounds. Very close to the first down.
That looked like a play where he had no chance of getting first down yardage. Greg mentioned his speed. Watching preseason tape of this guy, all I can say is, wow. This guy has a serious case of the quicks. You can call it the quicks, a burst, explosive, fill in the blanks. He's fast.
Charles is the 3rd round draft pick of the Chiefs out of Texas. Chiefs had themselves a terrific draft. And they are that short of a first down.
I know it maybe was just for a second tempting to Herm. Maybe we'll go for it, seeing it's that short. Can't do it. Can't do it at your own 35-yard line, not at this stage of the game.
So on 4th and inches, Dustin Colquitt into the game to kick it away.
And especially not against that front 7 of New England.
3 drives, 3 punts for the Chiefs. Delta O'Neal, just signed this past week, is back at his own 20-yard line.
And New England has turned it over twice, and they have the lead.
O'Neal tried to field the punt and did at the 15-yard line and was hit almost immediately by Dimitri Patterson. 9:51 to play in the half. Along with Dan Deerdorf and the rest of our terrific CBS Sports crew, Greg Gumbel at Foxborough. 9:51 to play in the first half. The New England Patriots, minus Tom Brady, injured in the first quarter, leading at 7-0. Lamont Jordan in the backfield behind Matt Castle, who's now at the controls, and this is Jordan. Let's go back to that injury, Dan.
Yeah, let's go back. This was in the first quarter. Tom Brady throwing the football downfield to Randy Moss, going to step into it. Bernard Pollard lands right on the left leg as Tom had, he was in mid-stride going forward, had all his weight planted on it. That's the last we've seen of Tom since he went down the tunnel with the training staff. Since then, it's been all Matt Castle. That was not a cheap shot. Bernard Pollard actually had Sammy Morris on top of him, just fighting and digging, trying to make a play.
On 2nd and 5, Jordan again, and Jordan hit by Tamba Hali, 3rd-year defensive end out of Penn State. And it'll be 3rd and 4.
And we mentioned it before, but the official word from the Patriots, Tom Brady has a knee injury. His return today, questionable. Although he has not yet come back up to rejoin his team on the sidelines, and he may not. If they deem it he's not going to play, they may want to keep him off his feet to reduce swelling.
Castle looking at a 3rd and 4. Has time, going to go deep down this sideline for Randy Moss, incomplete.
Now Patrick Surtain, outstanding coverage on Randy Moss. Pat Surtain has always been one of the best pure cover corners in the game. He's a little gray in the beard, his 11th year. You notice he doesn't get caught peeking into the backfield, but he turns around and plays the ball. Like all good corners, ultimately play the ball.
Hansen booms a kick out of there. Holy smoke! Bouncing at the 15, inside the 10, and rolling to a stop at about the 8-yard line. B.J. Sams got away from that one, but Chris Hansen just pounded it. 8:15 to play. Yard punt.
With no return. That's a pretty good net.
Brody Croyle and Chiefs offense will start at their own 9. That's not even his career long. His career long is 74. So out of the shotgun, Croyle looking, has time down the sideline and overthrows Dwayne Bowe. First time today they've thrown to the second-year wideout out of LSU.
And I saw Brody Croyle there look at a safety rolling up over the top of Bowe. I think that was a throwaway. I think he wisely realized to try to force that in would be a mistake. I think that was a pretty smart play by the kid.
Herman Edwards, in his 8th year as a head coach in the NFL, his 3rd with Kansas City. On 2nd and 10, quick pass out to the far side, and that is complete to Bowe. And Bowe still on his feet, close to a first down at about the 19-yard line.
See, I like that pattern by Kansas City because give Bowe a chance to break a tackle. The guy's 6'2", 221 pounds. And that's what this is. The inside guy's blocked, which means you got a one-on-one with a corner. And in that situation, he just makes Deltha O'Neal miss. Take advantage of a size advantage. Let a playmaker make a play.
Had himself a pretty good rookie year. First catch of the day. And now 3rd and 1, 7:45 to play in the first half. And a timeout is called. Brody Croyle comes to the sideline to talk about it. 7:41 to play, and the clock stops on the field. Kansas City uses its 2nd timeout here in the first half.
Well, Brody Croyle looked like he had some problems getting the play. That's the coach, he's saying to him, come on, give it to me, give it to me. I don't know if he's having some problems with the speakers in his helmet. Now he's looking for a hand signal. He's trying to figure out the formation, going to the armband, and now I think he realizes I'm up against it time-wise. Forget about it. Yeah, it came out all garbled. So I don't know if the coaches were late giving it to him or if there was some problem with the communication, the speakers in his helmet.
So the Chiefs down to 1 timeout now here in the first half. Larry Johnson and Jamal Charles in the backfield on 3rd and short. Play fake. Croyle on the move, throws, and that's caught and dropped by Bowe. He had a first down and then some.
See, that's what Brody Croyle can do really well. He is good on his feet. At this stage of his career, he might be better throwing like this than he is on some sort of just a classic drop back. I'm telling you, to be in full stride, running sideways as fast as he was, to deliver a ball right on the hands like he did right there is hard to do. Bowe just flubbed it.
4 drives, 4th punt. Colquitt high, O'Neal, fair catch called for and made. And the fans say, hey, there's nobody around you.
Well, now with Tom Brady in the locker room, it's up to Matt Castle, and he has been sharp from his own end zone on 3rd down. How about the quality of that throw to Randy Moss? That was awfully good. That one was into coverage, but then again, why not go back to Randy? Right on the hands, high in the back of the end zone. And Matt Castle has his team out to a 7-0 lead here over the Chiefs. This guy has been a backup at USC and a backup obviously here at New England his whole career.
Lawrence Maroney flips it back, and he gets buried back at the 31-yard line. The Chiefs secondary did not bite on the flea flicker.
Well, it was only a 2-receiver pattern, and you're right. The Chiefs were having none of it. There's Maroney with the pitch back. Alfonso Boone, the guy that gets in there, and Castle doesn't have a chance. And again, even if there wasn't that pressure by Boone, I'm not sure Castle had anywhere to go with the ball. Chiefs secondary not fooled a bit.
So a loss of 8 makes it 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, Castle flips one over the middle. Sammy Morris out of the backfield, 40 up to the 42 or 43-yard line. the Chiefs are right in this game, despite the fact that they've been able to do nothing with a couple of rare New England turnovers.
And they put some pressure on Castle that time. Coming from his left, screen right, he's got a guy right in his face. But again, Sammy Morris, as he's done his entire career, whether here or in Miami or wherever, he has been so versatile coming out of the backfield, a back that a quarterback can really count on.
3rd and 7 now. And Castle needs the midfield stripe for a first down. Has time, throws, batted away by Pat Surtain, number 23, Welker, the intended receiver.
Did Surtain have a chance to intercept that? I mean, I know he was going one direction and the ball seemed to be coming from the other, but he looked like he got a pretty clean shot at that. Castle looking to his left, now comes back to the right. He puts this out there. You can see that Surtain was moving to the right and the ball was away from him. That would have been a pretty spectacular interception.
So B.J. Sams deep, Hansen. Sams on the run. Cut down at the 25, forward to the 27-yard line. And that's where the Chiefs will go back on offense. And another program
place. Bob Kraft has done some job around this stadium.
Brody Croyle giving to Larry Johnson. And Johnson not much, just short of the 30-yard line.
I think Larry lost his helmet.
There's Mr. Robert Kraft.
His son Jonathan sitting to his left. I see Neil Patrick Harris back there. There's
Jeff Probst.
Jeff Probst.
Taking time off from Survivor.
We've got a CBS representation up there in Mr. Kraft's suite. And but again, what a spectacular retail complex has sprung up around this stadium. This is now a place to be 365 days a year.
2nd and 7. Johnson to the 32.
The Chiefs are only here one day a year, and it's on opening day, and they're trying to make something out of it. They have not been able to get this guy loose. So much of their offense is going to have to depend on Larry Johnson really exploding. You can see running for 3 yards a carry. Sets up manageable 3rd downs.
3rd and 5. Chiefs have managed just 3 first downs all day. Croyle throws far side, and that is right at the first down marker, and that is complete to Tony Gonzalez.
Now there's a big tight end running a route that you would expect a wide receiver to be running. Tony split all the way out to the right. You know, this is something you'd think a smaller, more nimble guy would run. Working out of the slot, there goes Gonzalez with the out pattern, just far enough to pick up the first down. There's nothing that Tony Gonzalez can't do on a football field.
This team is so young. Tony told us he's still trying to learn names.
Cutdown day was a big help for him.
On first down now, quick pass to the near side, in and out of the hands of Bo, who is having a tough day.
And this is the 2nd year for Dwayne Bowe, their #1 draft choice a year ago. This is the year where it's all supposed to start coming a little easier, and this has not been a good first half for number 82. That's his 2nd clean drop.
And they've dropped 3 passes on Brody Croyle so far today. Second and 10. 3:52 to play in the first half. Croyle throws, and Gonzalez in across the 45 to about the 47.
And Greg was just mentioning how young this football team is of Kansas City. Take a look at that. 32 players on this team that are 25 or younger. 33 with 3 years or less of experience. I think Green Bay has the youngest 53-man roster in the NFL. Right behind them are these Chiefs. Keep in mind they're starting 4 rookies, and several other rookies are playing prominent roles. People like Jamal Charles.
3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Larry Johnson has a first down. close to midfield, but enough for the first down. And we are just under 3 minutes to play now in the half.
Nothing spectacular, but it moves the chains as we get close to the end of the first half. They would very much not like to give New England another possession. Talking to this New England defense about facing Larry Johnson, and they remember what this guy was like in 05 and 06. Talk about respect. The guys in the blue and white have a lot of it for 27.
Teddy Bruschi said we'd better tackle well. Here he is again. And this time they stack him up at midfield.
Boy, and that happens so often to teams trying to run against the Patriots. Ty Warren and Wilfork and Seymour, those 3 #1 draft choices that form the front three, man alive, they are impossible to move off that ball. I mean, that is, you just don't see a team that plays a 3-4 that has 3 #1 draft picks as those front three. Not glamorous jobs, but I think the Patriots realize how important they are.
2 minutes to play here at Gillette Stadium in the first half, and New England holding on to a 7-point lead. From on high, a look at downtown Boston. How beautiful is that? 2 minutes to play here in the first half. The Patriots with a 7-0 lead. The Chiefs trying to do something about it before time expires. Straight drop for Coyle, under pressure, throws near side, and once again, Tony Gonzalez pulls it in, and he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher have all the latest NFL scores and highlights, and a behind-the-scenes look at the grand opening of the CBS scene here at Gillette Stadium, the one-of-a-kind entertainment and dining destination. And U.S. Open update as well. That's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. 3rd and 3. Croyle with time, throws once again. Gonzalez inside the 30, to the 25, to the 24, and a first down.
And after a couple of drop passes, who does Chan Gailey, the offensive coordinator, and Brody Croyle, the quarterback, go to? Yeah, let's go to Mr. All-World, Tony Gonzalez. I mentioned earlier about being a hands receiver. Did you see how he put his hands out and just snatched that football? Hey, no chance of that ricocheting off his shoulder pads. Tony Gonzalez, what a sweet pair of hands he has.
1:20 and the clock is running. Croyle with time again, throwing incomplete off the hands of Dwayne Bowe. 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 1:13 to play in the half.
There's a good look at what Gonzalez was telling us, though. When Croyle decides to let it go, that ball is launched. If you're a Chiefs fan, I think you're going to have some fun years, because this guy, there are good arms, there are great arms, and that's where Brody Croyle is. He has a great arm.
Jamal Charles back in the lineup. 11th play of this drive, 2nd and 10. The pitch for Charles. Charles trying to cut it back, and not there. Gerard Mayo combining with Wilfork for the stop.
But you got to get the ball into the hands of Jamal Charles. I think that this is a kid that the more touches he gets, your chances of winning go up. Again, you see such sound defense, though, by New England. Charles went to cut back. There was no over pursuit. Everybody in their lanes, in their gaps. And there's their #1 draft choice, Gerard Mayo.
Brody Croyle told us the Chiefs put in a whole new offensive package just for Jamal Charles this week. 3rd and 8. Running out of time, on the move, throwing for the end zone. It is incomplete. James Sanders came over and batted the ball away. Bowe, the intended receiver.
Well, Brody had to find himself a little extra time. Off his back foot, he still dropped the ball into the back corner of the end zone, but double coverage there by the Patriots. You know, a lot of times you'll find somebody running free in a secondary. That does not happen very often against the New England Patriots.
So Nick Novak to try to put the Chiefs on the board from 40 yards out. Kick is on the way and looks good. So Novak gives the Chiefs their first points of the season with 17 seconds remaining here in the first half. It is a 7-3 New England lead. We have a chance to remind you it's doubleheader day next Sunday here on CBS. We rock with doubleheader action. Peyton and the Colts, Brady and the Pats, Brett and the Jets. Check your local listings beginning with JB, Dan, Coach, Shannon, and Boomer on the NFL Today. Once again, we want to thank our friends in the MetLife Blimp for providing aerial coverage of all the drama below. Look for the MetLife Blimps Snoopy 1, 2, and 3 when they pass through town near you.
Hard to believe there was a tropical storm here yesterday providing all that rain, and we were just looking at downtown Boston 25 miles away.
Couldn't see 2 blocks last night.
No, you couldn't.
Matt Castle getting set to get back out onto the field. 13-play drives, 51 yards, culminating in that field goal for the Chiefs. That's number 18, Matthew Slater, standing at his own goal line.
If that name sounds familiar, that's because his dad is Hall of Fame offensive tackle Jackie Slater of the Rams. And Matthew, Bill Belichick just loves him. Said, I'd like to have a few more.
Matthew on the run, lost the football, looking for the handle, fallen on at the 19-yard line by Sammy Morris.
That's what I get. Well, Bill Belichick used to like him. That is not the way to win your coach's appreciation. Very fortunate that Sammy Morris had the ball come to him, or the Kansas City Chiefs would have had a chance for a cheap score before the end of the first half.
You know, it brings to the forefront what Bill Belichick said. You know, everybody's talking about fewer preseason games. And Bill Belichick says, how are you supposed to develop young players if you don't play them?
And he brought up Matthew Slater, in particular.
Time winding down on the first half here at Gillette Stadium. All kinds of things happening. An injury to Tom Brady, a touchdown pass by Matt Castle to Randy Moss. A field goal put Kansas City on the board, and that's where we stand at the end of the first half.
And I think Herm Edwards and the Chiefs have to be mighty pleased. In this buzzsaw, they're only down 7-3.
You're right, 7-3 at the end of the first half. We're coming back with the Sprint halftime report right after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.